Cheers. For those of you hanging with us after the fact, welcome to our gathering. I'm just hanging out waiting for our live gatherers to show up right now. Ah, and there you are. Hi, people. You caught me in a sideways glance. I didn't have a chance. Pull me in like fishing wire. Touching me, it felt like fire. Used to think I couldn't lose. Then my love was mine to choose. I'm a wreck, yeah, I'm all stuck. I guess you're just my luck. You're just my luck, yeah. I wonder if I deserve the way you hit me when you threw that curve. When you made my body shake. Yeah, it must have been my mistake. My dreams used to be a surprise. Now you're all I see when I close my eyes. I'm a wreck, yeah, I'm all stuck. I guess you're just my luck, yeah. You're just my luck, yeah. Need some, I get head. I call heads, false tales each time. Turns out I never really had control. Never made that foolproof plan. Now I'm helpless under your command. Never knew you'd feel like this. If you said I could erase one kiss, wouldn't do it for $1,000,000. You're just my luck. You're just my luck, yeah. You're just my luck. Hi. Okay, so we're gathering. So what's happening? It's good to see you all, and it's a really I'm very excited about tonight. Wow, there's this little sound effects thing open. I think from when Riley was doing this. Let's see if I can give myself. Oh, I love all those claps. Thank you. How about this? Look at that. I can have canned audience. Okay, we're not going to do that again. I'm excited about tonight. One of my friends is coming to visit us. And you all that know me well know that that nothing inspires me more than community, and I think that there is this incredible community of artists in the Northeast. I feel like for those of you that have found your way to me, I would like to be your gateway drug to discovering some other independent artists that are, in my opinion, doing wonderful things. And we talk about this a lot in the gatherings, right? There are so many different ways to be an artist, whether, or to be even a musician artist, right? I mean, your thing could just be like an angelic voice, right? Or, you know, not necessarily my thing. Your thing may be an incredible talent for playing the guitar. Again, maybe not my thing. But every artist that I am excited to connect you with has a thing that I'm excited to share with you. Tonight, my friend Vance Gilbert is coming on to our gathering with us. This is a really special fella, and I'm really excited for you all to get to meet you. More on that later. Some see me coming, pretends they are gone. One more street over, no closer to home. Gray frozen winter, I'm just scraping back. Darling, don't say it's my last chance to fail. I'm the one that pushes your eyes will turn away. Block after block, life on the clock. My road to redemption, the steps I walk each day. Watching my daughter walk home from class. She only knows me from an old photograph. But here in the shadows, I'm reaching for life. Darling, don't say it's my last chance to fail. I'm a worn apparition, your eyes will turn away. Block after block, life on the clock. Woo! The road to redemption, the steps I walk each day. Being a hard mom of hustling for the little I made. dark end of time. Darkened all sails, it's my last chance to fail. I'm a warm apparition, your eyes will turn red. Black after blood, life on the clock. My road to redemption, the steps I walk each day. Okay. That was a song that I got to write with another musical friend of mine. A fellow named John Oates from a tiny little independent grassroots folk duo called Hall & Oates. You may have heard of them if you're into underground music, maybe. I'm going to play a song that I did not write right now, written by an artist that I got to open for once down in Connecticut, as a matter of fact, at a winery. Damn, I wish I remember the name of the winery. I do, however, remember the name of the artist because it is an artist that I love, a fellow named Taj Mahal. And I've been thinking kind of that you know, we got into a pattern a little bit of doing tribute nights on Sunday, but the last handful of Sundays, right? I've been out with the band and we've been doing the band thing, and so I decided that it might be nice to squeeze in a few more tributes over the course of our time together, just you all and me. I love this song. This used to be one of our favorite songs to cover as a band way back in the day. It's called, coincidentally enough, it's called Karina. For those of you that are new to our gathering tonight or recently, Karina is the name of one of our band members, our fiddle player. We played this before Karina was a part of the band, and for some reason or another, we kind of stopped playing it once. It's kind of more of a bluesy tune, so not a lot of blues and fiddle. I don't know. It could actually sound cool. Okay, you've given me stuff to think about. Here we go. I got a bird, wanna be so good. Baby, got a bird, I got a bird singing. Baby, got a bird, mama got a bird singing. Without Korea, sure don't mean a natural thing, yeah. Ooh, well, I learned to love you, baby, from a call your name. Baby, from a call now, mama, before I call your name, I would've traded your love for mine. Honey, you're my warm heart, baby, you're my warm heart string. silver, like Klondike gold. I got a bird on a whistle, yeah, baby got a bird, mama got a bird to sing. Baby got a bird, mama got a bird to sing. Without Karina, sure don't mean a natural thing. Isn't that a fun song? I tend to be inspired oftentimes by, I've got my friend Rob Stone, who some of y'all know, has played on some albums, and I mean, he is a blues harmonica player. Specializing kind of in traditional Chicago blues. Oh, thanks for all the claps. He would not call that a blues song because it doesn't really follow kind of traditional chord forms. But man, I've loved that song since the first time I heard it. We are getting close to that time when we're gonna bring my friend on to hang with us, which makes me super excited. But maybe we'll do one more song first, if that's all right. Maybe we'll do something on the piano. As you all know, I am a little bit excited. I'm still in the honeymoon phase of a new song that I wrote. For those of you who have not been on the gatherings a bunch lately, this is one inspired by this pandemic that we're all suffering through, inspired a little bit by my own bout with coronavirus. It's called A Devil's Kiss, and I'm gonna try and play it again because it's been a little while, and every day when I'm like sitting down at the piano and trying to get a little bit better so I can play more songs for you on this instrument. I'm not quite there yet, but that's a song that I keep coming back to, wanting to play. So okay, here we go. We're gonna try some fancy. Here we go. Boom! Woohoo! All right. Hi. Can you see okay? Is my head cut off a little bit? Should I move you up? Just a tiny? Maybe that's a little bit better. Ain't gonna pull down my mask to party's over when you get the bill. Look down on the floor at the blood you spilled. Bending the truth in a real-time thriller. Watching the news just to face my killer. It's enough, I'm breathing. Wish I was a family van. Yeah, I was there when I made your legs. I cut down by the devil's kiss. But your love keeps calling. I look the best I'm falling. I can't run, I cannot resist. I cut down by the devil's kiss. I ain't gonna pull down my mask to take a shot from a stranger's flask. You can lace it so the pleasure lasts. Might as well chase it with the shotgun blast. Okay, I'm going that way now. It's so nice. The first thing I saw was somebody saying that they loved the piano on it. You were very kind. I do not feel very confident in the piano. It feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels a little bit to me like, you know, for those of you that have ever ice skated before and aren't very good at ice skating, you can kind of, right? You watch people that are on ice skates and they're so graceful. And, you know, for a little while, you're just trying to get your balance. And every time I feel like I play that song and every time I play the piano, I get a little bit more balance. But I really am not a piano player, obviously. But I love the feeling of writing songs on the piano. It is such a cool instrument to make noise. I mean, you just press down buttons and they make noise. That is fun. So anyways, for those of you that have not heard that yet, that's called The Devil's Kiss. And it's my angry COVID song. And for those of you that have heard it multiple times, thank you for indulging me again. It was nice to play it for you again. I just texted, I just was texting or emailing with Josh today. We are, as you know, working on the next album, and I told him we may have to put plans on hold to just record and release that song because it feels like it would be a mistake not to have that song not be the next thing that we release to the world. What do you think? Time for Vance? For those of you that have not read my post or are just showing up, my friend and incredibly talented artist Vance Gilbert is about to join us here at the gathering to hang out. This is a fella that has been making incredible music and making people just happy, inspiring people for decades. And he's a guy that as I was starting out and trying to get gigs in Boston, you know, you'd see his name all over the place. He's been a staple in the folk music world. And over the last handful of years, we've begun to kind of cross paths together at shows and events and festivals, and you know, it is such a joy to meet somebody that you've heard of for years and years and find out, lo and behold, that they're really down to earth, great people, and that's my friend Vance. So we're gonna call him up, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, here we go. And calling. Woo! Yes! There you are!
Here I am!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Aight, man. Aight.
Oh man,
Man, it's good to see
it's
you.
good to see you too, man.
Sure, you look good,
And
man. You
and my
look.
gatherers know my process too. That usually when I have a guest on, the best part for me is getting our test call before the gathering actually happens. And so getting to talk to you twice in a day is perfect. How are you
No,
doing,
it's
man?
great. There's
Yeah.
plenty to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, so you are actually one of the few artists that we've hung with on a gathering that is actually kind of like living right in Boston with me, right down the road. Right, you're in. Is that Arlington? Is that
Yeah,
your?
I'm in Arlington. Where are
Okay,
you, Adam?
I'm in Chelsea right now.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of up around the corner.
I'm up around the corner. You're down
Yeah,
around the corner.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I love like some of my other friends who are artists during this time that rather than kind of slink away during this scary time, you too have begun a series online, the Pajama Party.
Yeah, yeah, that's every Monday night, 7:30 Eastern time. I we were talking about this earlier. We don't have to reference that each time, but yeah, it was. We were talking about it earlier because it's one of the things that musicians talk about at this point in time. Uh, Necessity being the mother of invention. You know that you can call that cliche if you want to, but
Yeah,
ooh man, people were coming up with all kinds of stuff
yeah.
and trying to figure out how to. Honestly, you even said it. I was watching your show, and you're. It's wonderful what you do because you're not just serving the people that you're not just making community with your people, which is what my thing has turned into.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to be clear, but you're also very clear about the fact that you need to play. There's this there's this feeling of needing to play for people, and how can how can one facilitate that? And this
Mm,
is what you do.
yeah,
You played that song that you played it 3 or 4 times from what I'm gathering,
yeah,
and people are enjoying watching it evolve, watching you get better,
yeah,
whatever that
yeah,
means,
yeah.
but
Um,
that's all about, as wonderful as that is for them. Man, it's so necessary for you and I, because not only if we don't work do we not eat, but if we don't work, we lose our chops. You lose chops.
yeah,
And
totally.
it's really wonderful to watch you keeping your chops together, and that's why I'm doing my thing.
Of
Okay?
course, man.
More than anything else.
So I'm wondering, if the same thing is kind of happening with you as is happening with me? This kind of wonderful thing as a songwriter, as a guy that is inspired by like sharing the evolution of the process, right, and kind of digging deep. Um, when, as opposed to being in front of a live audience, when I'm in front of a camera, it's a little bit strange because it's the same camera every night, right? Whereas when we're in front of different audiences are totally different, and it's given me the impetus to really dig into some songs that
Oh,
I have never shared
are you
before.
kidding me? You're speaking with my mouth.
Yeah.
And one of the things I also noticed about how you approach the couple of songs I saw, how you approach your thing, you have a lot of respect for the space in between the songs. You don't go flitting around the room nervously because no, nobody clap. Help me, nobody clapping.
There is a space. There is
I
a
don't,
voice in our heads,
I
right?
don't hear nothing. Help me. It was like,
That is saying there's dead air. It's dead air. It's dead air. Come on,
yeah,
play something, right?
but you have gotten to the point where it's like, it's not really dead air because you can look around my room a little bit and watch me breathe, and that gives the people, people have this opportunity to see you be quiet and at home, and then deliver music because they see you on stage. You a pretty ADD kid on
I'm
stage,
a,
man. You're
oh
like all
man.
of it. as am I. We're both hot, like we use the stage, and this is our opportunity to dig into the song.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
Usually when I've talked to people that have worked with you in the past, and we'll be at a festival or some event, and you'll be going on the stage, and they'll be like, "Okay, there goes Vance. I have no idea what the fuck he's gonna do this time."
no,
And
that's it. That's it. I mean, it's
awesome.
not. I'm not going to strip naked or do crazy things. And I also do. I don't. My show isn't particularly blue. I don't do a lot of swearing or anything, or any shit like that. Oh, sorry. But it can be unpredictable. And I've been at this a long time, so that unpredictability comes from having a certain amount of vocabulary, musical bucket that I like, comedy, musical storytelling bucket that I can dig into.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's absolutely scripted. The crazy that I'm doing, I'm taking different. But I'm not just hanging out.
There's always a method. There's always a point that you get into it, and a place that you're taking people to. It's honestly something that I respect. Is very rare. I respect so much when I see you, and I don't feel this way very often. And it is in the negative space the most, where I find that I learn from you every time I watch you perform. Your comfort during the dead air, your ability to be improvisational with whatever you're experiencing between the audience, and that's a gift, because I feel like the most powerful art can mimic life and its unpredictability, right? If you can be a performer where somebody is seeing you go on stage and they're saying, "I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited to see this unfold. I want to see the end of this story." Right?
Yeah. And kudos back to you for the same thing. I mean, I think the greatest fear, I'm going to talk about it. The fear that comes with being an acoustic musician out there doing what we're doing, particularly, and I'll also say as a black man, there's a fear of people seeing your confidence as arrogance. And is it a fine line that you and I tread? Well, we don't think so. Right. But you never know how that comes off. Well, that guy think he's so full of himself. Well, he's putting on a show, and he's got some of it's furry around the edges. It's not that planned, so he's being colloquial. He's being fun-loving. He's poking at an audience member. He's being familiar. And, talk about the dark spaces. Dark spaces in between sometimes for me are like, oh, man, are you an asshole?
Yeah.
And as I've gotten older, I've finally gotten to the point where I'm like, it's good to check in, but I'm going to say this to you as a younger performer, don't let it cripple you. Go ahead and check in with you with that. Yeah. But don't let it cripple you. Yeah. Because if sometimes people need to watch the whole movie to get the plot.
Yeah.
So if they see you prancing around with bare feet and then standing on a table, which I've seen you do, that's not you being an asshole. That's you bringing the audience as close to the band as possible. You did it in New York, and you dragged me, and we were in the middle of the crowd.
Oh, I wasn't
in the middle of the crowd.
I wasn't going to let you get away with slinking away into the darkness while we were having a sing-along.
It was just they.
And you all gatherers, you should know this. As soon as this was during our unplugged, back in the old days where you could come off the stage and all get close to one another and sing together. Actually, we would, a lot of that I love to break this barrier of the stage. So as soon as we were out in the middle of the crowd, and I knew Vance, this was at a small. You're talking about Colorscape, I think, right? Festival. Yeah. I said, Vance, get your ass out here, man. Come on. Yeah,
I wasn't even ready. I had taken off.
You had no idea. You had no idea. But I knew you'd be comfortable. I knew you could handle. And of course, as soon as you got up there with me, That was
was
it,
that.
man. You were the
It was
you were
that.
you were it, man. That was it.
And you also, in the midst of doing it, you're not only you generous with your stage, with your the people in your band, you were generous with me, and the thing went over well because I didn't get up there like just people you get up you invite to that and they'll take over the whole thing, then there's you work with the interplay, and
Yeah.
guess what? The audience sees you doing that work, and that's what they love. They love to see not just the interplay, but the work as the gears are
Yeah.
hoping to grind together and work.
Yeah.
That is an exciting thing for an audience member to see two people, I'm going to say at the top of their game, sharing a stage and finding ways not to step over each other's wow.
I
You
love
know,
I
that's a
like that.
great
Yeah.
thing. That's a great place to be.
Yeah. Well, I also think, and we have this mission within our band, that we don't ever want to spend a night in our comfort zone. We should be doing at least something that feels uncomfortable, and the audience should be witnessing us being uncomfortable and unplanned.
That is so wonderful and brave, man.
It's scary, but oftentimes, right? Oftentimes the mess ups and the train wrecks create these beautiful, one of a kind moments, right?
You
I love
hope.
that.
Yeah, you hope. You hope that that's what that does. Yeah, I think that's a great place to be. It's like
There are
uh,
bad moments too. There are obviously, right. If you're gonna be, if that's gonna be the mission, then there are gonna be moments when after the fact you're saying to yourself, "Oh, yeah, that was embarrassing. That
and you know
sucked."
what? And you know what? And this is not to put any audience members down out there, but most audiences, when they see that bad moment, uh, they're smart, and they don't see a train wreck. They see a piece of clay that didn't quite become Rodin.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get formed by Rodin. It was more like Mothra.
But
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
you.
Switch menus.
But like in just some ways, right? Like the darkness helps you appreciate the light. The mistakes help you appreciate those moments that are actually like really magically working, because
That's it.
you appreciate that it's not that a regurgitation of what art is, and that's
They're going along for that ride. A good ride is bumpy in
a
places.
good
You
ride
don't
is
go.
bumpy.
You don't
Yes.
go for a ride to sit there for everything to be smooth. You might as well stay
No.
your ass home. If that's the case. Don't go for that ride. Sitting
Oh.
back, yeah, this ride is great.
Uh, Vance, will you take our gatherers for a ride? I am gonna delete my screen so it's just you. I want you to have the stage. I want you to take that guitar, and I want you to play something that's gonna make everybody happy today. Okay?
All right, all right. I'm gonna pull this out so I can't hear you until the last note, till I'm
You
done.
go do it, and I'll come back onto the screen again when you're done with your song, and we'll sign off. And I want to make sure that I'm telling everybody where they can find you after the fact. Okay?
And I want to thank your listeners for. I mean, I know you bring people on here all the time, and I'm hoping there's nobody out there saying they're like, who is this brother? Who he brought on? I can't.
No, I can tell in real time. I can tell when I lose people when I'm interviewing somebody, because I can see the numbers when we're live streaming, and people. You're doing it, man. They like listening to your bullshit. Play them some music, all right?
All right, here we go.
Do it.
Goodbye, Pluto. So long to your tradition and your solo life's ambition of just whirling round the sun. Goodbye, Pluto. Being number 9 was nice till you lost your planetary status. Now you're simply rock and ice. There are eight that spin before you, and they use up all the rays that the sun gives to her children to turn night to day. So goodbye, Pluto. I know it doesn't seem quite fair. 3,000 million miles away, and God just there, and I think I understand when the spin gets out of hand. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. Goodbye, Pluto. All this bidding you do, but both of us know better that you're orbiting ain't through. Never mind then, Pluto. With one roll around the sun, 250 years go by. When that year is done, by that time, Pluto, they'll be dead and gone to dust, taking their equations with them, their opinions gone to rust, and I think I understand when the spin gets out of hand. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Goodbye, old me. You were useful while you lasted. Now I'm dropping off that bastard that kept springtime out of reach. Farewell, you were familiar as you track your way through space. There comes a time when all of us are done, get replaced. So goodbye, Pluto. You'll be salty for a while, but a couple trips around old Sol and you'll be back in style, and I think I understand when the spin gets out of hand. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye. Sometimes all that's left is how to say goodbye.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro.
Vance, you gotta do me a favor, okay? All
What's
right?
that? Whatever you want.
Okay. After
Anything you want. Give me $11. I'll do it. $11.
after this gathering is over, you have to go on and you have to watch the segment where you're playing that song, and you gotta watch my gatherers digest your music and your beautiful voice and your spirit. You are moving a ton of people, and they are loving you.
Oh, well,
Just
thank you,
watch
everybody out there. That means the world.
Just watch their comments while you're singing, and look at their claps while we're talking right now, when you can process it all, because I know for me, no matter how confident I am in myself, and no matter how many shows I've played, no matter how much experience I have, when I get an opportunity to be in front of a bunch of folks that I'm not used to being in front of, and I have the opportunity to move them. That is the best feeling ever.
There's lightning strike, heart attack, whatever took you out at that moment. That would be the moment to go. If you need to
Yeah.
go out on an up,
Yeah.
that is the moment to go.
And we're as much as the world is missing live music these days, we as artists are missing those moments. And I
We are, but we are. I mean, it's been said so many ways by many people, but we are in service.
yeah.
We are in service to people that are listening to that and hitting that clap button, and we are also we are in service to ourselves because I'm so lucky to think that I'm serving somebody. But I don't have as many people on my feed as you do, but I know that there's a community of people that
Yeah.
come out every Monday night to
Yeah.
YouTube for 90 minutes of me. And sometimes I know a lot of them are listening, a lot of them are chatting back and forth between themselves, and I just, you know what? Fine, because I have provided a place where it can happen.
Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a whole bunch of gatherers following you from now on. And I want to just say for our friends who are helping with Rally Sound and Adam Ezra Group today, will you please repost Vance's links for our gatherers every Monday gatherers. Vance, I believe it's at 7:30, right?
Yes, sir. Eastern
7.
Standard, Eastern Daylight. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the pajama party. How long are you usually on for?
I do 90 minutes.
I love it, man. I love it.
And then I spend 25 minutes reading mail that I've gotten, and it becomes like romper room. I'm like holding shit up like, oh, and then and then somebody sent me with the magnifying glass.
I love it.
Yeah, I read mail, and then I take questions. I answer questions that people write in and post.
Yeah.
Because it's I'm trying to do some community stuff.
Yeah.
And 10% of each of my shows, every 3 days after the show, I write a check to somewhere. I've done Arlington Food Bank. I've done another group that was there was a free babysitting service for people in college. I gave money to a group that provided books for jails, and I pick something each week within this region where you and I live, and I look at my money for the end of the week, and I know the spheres or Buddha or God is somebody looking over my shoulder. He says, "Go ahead, give 10% of that," and I give 10% of that. So I just, it's posted every time I do this. It's posted somewhere who I'm giving 10% to. So
that, my friend, does not surprise me.
What you gonna do? You
That's
can't.
it, man.
There's a lot of people that. Hey, Adam. There's a lot of people out there doing a lot worse than you and I.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to help foot some of their bill. So.
Vance, thank you so much for coming and hanging. Please come and hang again, will you please?
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
brother. Ciao.
I'll see you soon.
All right, buddy. Love you.
I mean, how fun was that? God damn it. He's a talker. And I'll tell you what, I'm really jealous of his camera. How crappy does my image look? Next to him, he's got this really nice high def kind of the soft light. Okay, Vance, another lesson from you. Get some better equipment. Y'all, I hope, felt as moved by that as I do, and that is something that I feel every time I get to hang with that guy. Pretty cool. And Man Gatherers, I had a new song I wanted to share with you that I've never shared before. But I knew when my friend was coming on the gathering that there was a good chance we'd end up just talking for 40 minutes. So I don't think we have time, but I'll do it. I'll share it tomorrow. I'll share it tomorrow. That's what I'll do. Let's finish with one, huh? I'm gonna finish this gathering tonight, and I think that Allie and I may have some kind of an adventure. We haven't quite figured it out yet, but there could very well be. It very well may be that we are gathering from a different location tomorrow. I'm gonna figure it out as I go. Sometimes that works out. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and even when it doesn't work out, it tends to work out one way or another. So, anyways, thank you all for being here, and I want to thank my friends helping us with the Rally Sound and Adam as a group comments. I want to thank our friends at Well Told for supporting what we're doing. Obviously, my buddy Vance for coming on and killing it. God, that voice, right? Love it. Yeah. Makes me happy. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it come when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say that it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, all that we see. Here's to our hearts, and there that we here's to around in good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we had. For these moments past lightning, it won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here's to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one. This night is our love. It's to the drink that we share. Oh, it's to the drink that we share. Thanks for hanging with me tonight, gatherers. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I will see you tomorrow.